Hi there, welcome to another day of the My Immortal quarantine reading / mental health check-in, because I feel like that's what some of these have become. I am not actually having a great mental health day, but I also don't really know how to gauge that this day and age. Used to be, I spend a month alone in my house. That's not a good mental health space, but I don't know, I'm surviving. I'm gonna come through this, I guess. Good news is, for this next chapter, now that we're getting real here at the My Immortal Quarantine reading, this next chapter, chapter 18, Tara has finally mended fences with Raven, which means Raven is back to spell checking the fan fiction. Again, oh yeah, I was gonna do like a little My Immortal history. So we talked about how nobody knows who wrote My Immortal. Another thing nobody knows is whether My Immortal was written as a troll fic, just an elaborate prank, or if it was the sincere work of a teenage girl. And I've got to say, I'm very firmly on the fence about this one because it hits so many bad fan fiction tropes, like from the Mary Sue to just the complete out of characterness of literally everybody else. But at the same time, I also used to be a 13-year-old girl who tried to write things, and gotta say, it was some rough going. So I have days where I very firmly believe that My Immortal was a sincere attempt at fan fiction, and days when I'm like, no way. There's no way anybody wrote anything this bad without it being on purpose. But yeah, so that's a little more My Immortal lore for you, a little update on my mental health, and with all that, let's fucking get to the chapter, man. My Immortal, Chapter 18. Author's note, I said stop flamming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. You're not a prep. Thanks for Miss Suitor. P.S. The odor is in Dumbledore swore is 'cause he trained to be Gothic. So dare. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood bed lipstick, and a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes, so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull, get it skull, because I'm Gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had You Know What to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you would see that there was pink pant underneath the black pant. And there were pastors of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with good Shreloot t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long Gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a Gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation, and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore? We all gasped. WTF, I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, We Goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. BTW, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Like Gerard? But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Okay, well, it says that Tara and Raven made up, but I think maybe in that chapter Raven was still holding a grudge, because she's usually in charge of the spelling, and that was really badly spelled. That was really hard to read. Anyway, have a good day if you're out there watching, and yeah, just sometimes you just gotta make it through, and, you know, if you've got a chance, if you can, make a little bad art.